Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-month check-in for January 2024. Thank you as always to everyone who watches, likes, shares and comments on the video and subscribes to the channel. If you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. These are from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're going to start off with a message from the African Goddess Rising deck first of all. Just to say as well, if you follow the channel or you're familiar with the channel, you may have noticed some changes in the schedule of how I've been putting the videos out recently. It's just because I've had to adapt things to get a better balance in my life with how I'm doing everything. So the readings and just everything else I've got to do as well. But let's get into your reading. The messages are for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. So let's see what you need to know as your sort of main theme first of all for the mid-month check-in. So what do we need to know for the mid-month check-in for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising? What do we need to know for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising? Yours is taking a while to come out compared to the other ones. The other one sort of flew out straight away. Right, there we go. We have... Wow, Satira Brazen. Who else got this? Was it Gemini or was it Taurus? It might have been Taurus actually. Let's get your tarot cards out and then I'll read the message in the book. That is blurry, isn't it? Okay. So what else do we need to know for Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising? What's the main, or what else do we need to know about this main theme for you? Wow, love it, the Empress. That's brilliant. What else? So past energies. Yes. We have the Three of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Current or present energies. You've got the Justice card and the Page of Cups. And potential future energies. Right, why are you getting so many cards? We have the Two of Swords and the Six of Swords. Okay. Could be a decision that needs to be made in the, I was going to say in the past then, but it's the future energies. Yeah. Right, let's read this from the book. Let me just make sure it's not blurry because it is so frustrating when I watch the video back and see it's blurred. And obviously if it's frustrating for me, it's probably more frustrating for the viewer, but it just happens sometimes. I'm so engrossed in the messages and the energies that I just, yeah, I don't always look at the screen. So let's see. I feel like it's still blurred, but it's difficult to tell sometimes. Right, so 17. So Goddess of Brazenness, it's a fire energy, and we're Leo. The reading is for Leo, isn't it? Right, Goddess Satira is the energy and spirit of Buxton in Guyana, South America. Satira is brave, bold, brazen, and barefaced, casting a spell with her hips. Satira's guidance says, step up, go for it, partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will elevate you. All who mean you harm fall away. Your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into the source. The embodiment says, make the brazen decision. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? It is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room. It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your way. God, Goddess Force energy is brazen. And the declaration says, I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen. So it's very much an energy of stepping into your power. You've got the Empress there. She is empowered, isn't she? So let's get the clarifiers here for you. So what do we need to know about the Empress, first of all? It feels like a desire to be, I mean, you may already be empowered to a certain degree, but it's like a feeling of wanting to be even more empowered, if that makes sense. So Empress, why is she there? We've got the Two of Swords. So it could be, even if you are an empowered person, it might just be, because I've already said there might be a decision here when you go into the future. It might be in terms of a specific decision that you feel like you need or want to be more empowered with it. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this brings to mind already, as I said, you might want to be, if you wanting to be more empowered in a specific decision, it could be because you've sort of let it happen, a change or whatever happened by default before, or you've let a certain situation run by default, where you couldn't make a decision. So it's like, just let the universe step in and do whatever. But let's see what else comes up. I mean, it could even be that in a particular situation, if you don't make a decision, the universe could come in and change things. With that, you can't guarantee if it will be for the better or for the worse, to be honest, can you? So let's see what else comes up here. Right, you've got the Page of Wands. No, not that one. Five of Cups. Okay, yes. It looks like it shouldn't be there, but I'm getting a yes on it, so I don't know why. I'm going to look at that Two of Swords and that Five of Cups. I almost feel like, you know, that like the film Sliding Doors, and there's other films that have come out that are like that as well. The Page of Wands and the Five of Wands are giving me Five of Cups, sorry. Did I say Five of Cups? I don't know if I said it now. It's giving me sliding doors energy. Like you've got, so with the Two of Swords, it can be two truths, can't it? The Wheel of Fortune is the chance to change, and it's almost like the two swords are the sliding doors, where one sword is the Page of Wands and the other side is the Page of the Five of Cups. Strangely, let's let's look at the Two of Swords. So we've got the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. That would be it feels like that would be an empowered choice okay, Eight of Wands. Let's get one more for that. I don't know if you're feeling a bit confused about a decision you have to make, because that's what I'm picking up, and the Eight of Swords comes out. It's almost like commitment versus confusion. Maybe you're overwhelmed by choices with a particular thing. But it's almost it's like you have to, I mean, obviously you've got two truths. The one side where you want to commit, the one side where there's confusion. It's like, well, if for things to progress, you're going to have to commit to something, because if you don't, you're just going to be stuck. Let's get one more after that. Ten of Cups. Yeah. Like, even if you take action and choose something and you're not 100% certain if it's right, it's kind of better than being stuck, and there's more chance for happiness out of it or satisfaction out of it. Because if you're stuck, it's like, well, you can't rely. I mean, sometimes, yes, the universe can come in and step in. But as I say, if you're waiting for the universe to step in, well, either way, whether it's you that makes the choice or the universe, there's just no guarantees there of things turning out perfectly how you want. But at least if you're empowered about things, even if you make a choice and it's like, oh, shit, that was the wrong decision, you can kind of make another choice to turn that around, can't you? And then hopefully get your fulfillment there. Or if you don't, you just keep trying until you get to whatever it is that you want. So this feels very much about empowered choices here. Let's look at that Five of Cups. I'm going to try that again. That doesn't feel right. We've got the Four of Wands and Queen of Swords, but it just doesn't, yeah, it doesn't feel right at all. Try that again. Five of Cups. Why is that there, please? Right, we have the Two of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody here may feel like they missed out on an opportunity, possibly relating to a relationship, to be honest. that could be a another thing where the whole empowered choices comes in. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you exactly how things went down, but yeah, there is a possibility someone missed out on an opportunity romantically, and that could be you. It could even be someone else, to be honest, in your life. But it's like now this is something that's pushing you to make empowered choices. If part of the reason you may have missed out on an opportunity with someone before is because you didn't feel empowered or make distinctive choices when you were with that person, or about pursuing something with them, it's sort of encouraging you now and sort of saying you've got to be more empowered and be willing to explore, commit in whatever capacity that means to you. Like, say, one example, of missing an opportunity with someone, like say for example, you started to date someone, but you weren't 100% honest with them about what you wanted. Say you assumed, imagine if you assumed that they just wanted to have a little bit of fun, or they gave you the impression that they wanted to have a little bit of fun, for example, because that can happen too, can't it, where people tell you one thing but they mean something else, and what you genuinely wanted was actually something long term. Maybe you actually wanted a longer term commitment, but you just went along with what they wanted and said, oh yeah, I'm just in it for a bit of fun as well. All the while you sort of internally you're lying to yourself, but you're just trying to play along with them. And you actually did start to develop, you really got on well with the person and could see potential in it. But then because you weren't 100% honest, they may have dated other people. Maybe even they were open to something more committed, but they didn't let on either. And then because you didn't specify what you wanted, they took it as you're not that bothered, they dated other people, and then they ended up with someone else somehow. And then that would be like a missed opportunity, but it's kind of because you weren't empowered with it. You didn't sort of state. And it's not blaming you, because obviously it takes a lot to open up to people, doesn't it? So it is scary. Obviously, if you get involved with somebody and someone says, oh, I'm just out, want a bit of fun, it's scary to say, oh, well, actually, it can be scary to say, actually, no, I'd prefer something long term. It doesn't mean you're trying to trap them or anything. It just means that your intentions are different, and that can be scary. But so it's not about blame, but it still remains the fact that, you know, it's not to say that if you'd admitted the truth to them, you would have been able to have a relationship with them. But if you'd been honest with them from the start, and then they have to be honest with you as well, and they said, oh, well, it's just not going to work because I don't want this, at least that frees you up. You don't invest your time and energy into them and end up getting hurt. You know what I mean? It frees you up so that you can find someone who does have similar intentions to you. That's just one example. But as I say, it's not about blame. It's just about being honest so that you can see hopefully if you're with a person involved with someone who's honest as well, you see if you're on the same page, and you're hopefully less likely to get hurt. That's just one example. But yeah, there's just very much something about empowered choices here. But yeah, there does look like there was some kind of disappointment for someone. Even if it's not a relationship specifically, it's just some sort of opportunity that you would have really loved, and you may feel like you lost the opportunity or missed out on it. But the Page of Wands here, let's see what that means. I mean, that's, as I say, it's still that two truths thing. This is where someone's willing to explore, isn't it, with that Page of Wands, and keep an open mind, the Emperor. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's being willing to explore, having the open mind when you make a choice, and being willing to explore. But as you go, once you become clear on what you actually do want with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, you do have to it's best to be honest about that and clear with your intentions. Otherwise, it really is going to be a shitty foundation. I mean, even as I said with that last example, where you knew that if you already knew before you got involved with someone that you just have this thing in you where it's like, I'm not looking to mess about with anyone. It doesn't mean that you have to marry the first person you're with, but at the heart of it, you are hoping to have a long-term situation with someone. You're not just in it for shits and giggles. It's worth being honest, even if it's just the beginning stages and you wanting to explore and just see where it leads you. There's no point lying and pretending that you want less than you do, to be honest, because it's just a shit. Without the honesty there, it's a shitty foundation to begin with on both sides, yours and the other person. Okay, that went pretty deep. So this brazen energy, being brazen about what you want, again, empowered choices. So let's put this back. What do we have there? Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles as the past energy. I feel like I've talked for absolutely ages about this already. I mean, Three of Wands for me, it's intentions and opportunities there. What do we need to know specifically about this? And this can go with jobs as well, you know, like if you look for jobs, I mean, I know obviously it depends on your circumstances. Like say if you're literally unemployed, then you probably you might be less picky. But say if you already have a job and you're trying to start a new career path or go into a new job, but you wouldn't sort of want to settle for less or worse than what you've already got, would you? You have to be clear with your intentions. You can't sort of go in wanting something better but then accepting less than what you've even already got in the first place. And that could be in terms of financially or just in terms of the quality of what you're going for, like the environment, the type of work, the hours, whatever it is that your intentions are with it. You don't want to be worse off. You don't want to settle for being worse off. But anyway, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So you've got Justice. I mean, that's getting what you feel you deserve, what you want, isn't it? Knight of Pentacles. So this looks like it's a slow... You may have already set intentions for something that you want, to be honest. I mean, it does look like there's an opportunity in the past, but is it more about wanting the right opportunity than the opportunity actually being there? I'm going to try that again. That doesn't feel good. Right. So what do we need to know after that Knight of Pentacles? So patience, I would say. I mean, the Three of Wands to me looks like patience a lot of the time as well. You know, like, as I say, waiting for the right opportunity rather than accepting less than you deserve. I'm going to try that again. The Queen of Swords tried to show up and she did kind of feel right, but she flipped back. She double flipped. The Empress, okay. Let me just clarify that King of Cups, because I'm wondering if that's about keeping your feelings to yourself, whereas the Empress would kind of, in a very empowered way, she'd wear her heart on her sleeve, wouldn't she? Yeah, keeping your feelings to yourself. So I don't necessarily know. I mean, obviously we've already established that there was probably an opportunity that you missed in the past, that you feel you missed in the past or missed out on. This feels like this Three of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, it feels like after that, like it feels like this would have been after that. That's already happened. And this feels like now where in the past it's setting intentions for a new opportunity. But then it may have been where you were more specific about the intentions. Let me get another one for that King of Cups, where you sort of had more of a sense of, in terms of your intentions, what you really want, what you really deserve, and being more committed to that. I mean, obviously with the King of Cups, as much as it can be holding your feelings back sometimes, there's also the element of emotional maturity, emotional intelligence and emotional resilience that comes along with it. And part of that is being patient and being committed. The Empress also has to be patient. Like when she's pregnant, obviously this one doesn't look pregnant, but pregnancy, I can't remember what other video I've mentioned this in, but I have. It's a long, slow process, isn't it? 9 months pregnancy, it can seem like a very long time. It can drag out, but you know that you can't make it go any quicker. Like obviously if a premature baby is born, that's another story, but like you yourself, you can't make it happen any quicker. You just have to be patient and wait for it till it's ripe and fully baked and ready to come out. Right, King of Cups, anything else for that? Ten of Swords, Ace, okay. So you may have learned through the past disappointment of a missed opportunity to really acknowledge how you feel and what you want, and to you may have learned that holding your feelings back or keeping your feelings to yourself, it just doesn't benefit you. It's more emotionally mature to be honest about it, because you've got the Ace of Cups there. Yeah, when you hold back too much, it can lead to disappointment. Okay, leave that there. So the past energy is more so about learning how to set intentions in a better way, or at least having that knowledge. And it's about practice as well, isn't it? Because as much as we can learn things and through experiences, just because you learn it, it doesn't mean you immediately do it perfectly. You still have to, it's still a process of practice and trial and error. Right, Page of Cups, Justice. I mean, I would say initially, it's like listening to your heart's desires, isn't it? Page of Cups and Justice. It's like where you say, right, I want my heart's desire. I'm not going to settle. Obviously, there may be some degree of compromise, but the very basics of it and what you really want, it's like, no, I'm not going to settle for anything. Again, going back to that example. Now, if you went through a past experience where you felt like you missed out on a relationship opportunity because you weren't open enough, now, on the first date, that you not saying that you'd say, oh right, I want to marry you on the first date, but you might say to the person, if questions arise about what people's intentions are, you might say to them, right, well, my intentions are that I hopefully want to meet someone that I'm going to settle down with. It's not to say that I'm going to marry you or even have a relationship with you, but that is my intention here. I'm getting to know you. We're going to have fun. We're going to see if we get on with each other, if there's any potential, and take it from there. But at the end of it, well, not at the end of it, because you're not trying to guarantee a result. At the heart of it, I am trying to explore because I want to settle down eventually, rather than saying, oh, you're out for fun. Yeah, I'm out for fun too, even though inside it's like, that's not what you want. But anyway, let's clarify this. So Page of Cups, Justice card. Ten of Pentacles, it's long term, isn't it? Whether it is a job, a relationship, whatever, it's something that you genuinely want long term. And again, with jobs as well, as I say, if you're unemployed and you're just desperate, it's a completely different story. But if you're trying to find something better for you, it's like the difference between job hunting and just applying for anything that matches your qualifications and experience. That blindly matches your qualifications and experience, or the other side of it would be really thoroughly looking through the job description, researching the company, finding out as much as you can about if the environment is right for you, like where you go for the interview, you're kind of very observant, you're kind of assessing how the people interact with you, the managers, etc., like really taking everything in and getting a feel for it, and sort of feeling out, does this feel right? Yes, it looked good on paper, but does it actually feel right for me? Do I really want to commit to this long term? So let's see. So I don't know if you have an opportunity at present, but the intentions are definitely there. And again, it's brazen intentions because you're being who you really are. You've got your truth, haven't you? Yeah, again, looking at the opportunity, if there was an opportunity, or just based on your intentions, it's like, can I honestly say this is something that I genuinely see potential in and would like to commit to, like when you're in the exploration process. Anything else? Right. We've got the World, we've got the Ace of Cups. Let's clarify the World, actually. I mean, the Ace of Cups, that is the fulfillment. That's what the heart wants, isn't it? At the end of it, it's like, as I say, committing to something that you would really love. The World. Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Strength and the Queen of Cups. It feels very much like whether or not there is or are specific opportunities around you at present that where you can make an empowered choice. It's just that you seem to be in an energy where it might be like you've outgrown the cycles of the past where you were willing to settle for things that weren't what you really wanted, and it's just now you've got this energy around you of, no, I'm not settling for anything. I've got my sense of inner security with that Nine of Pentacles. I'll give things a go. I'll see how it goes. But I have the strength to honour how I feel in the situation. If it doesn't feel right, if I've given it my all and it just doesn't feel right, then I'm not going to settle for it. That's where you seem to be at present. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to that future energy. Because as I said, it looks like there may be a choice in the future. And to be frank, with the Six of Swords, you may... I don't know, if an opportunity comes up, like if the Ace of Pentacles comes up and there's an opportunity in the future, you might discern that you just don't want it. To be honest, you might be quite brazen and say, actually, no, I'm not feeling it. Or just at the very least, you've got, even if it's not a literal opportunity, it's having that attitude of anything that feels like settling, no. So Two of Swords, Six of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords there with the Six of Swords, please? You've got the Five of Wands. The Devil. I'm going to try that again. That didn't feel good at all. Although, actually, it kind of does make sense, but no, I'll try it again. Yeah. The Ace of Swords, I like that. That is the discernment. That's the clarity. Yeah, love it. 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords. I almost feel like that needs to go there, to be honest, the 5 of Swords, yeah. I will clarify the 5 of Swords just for shits and giggles. Why not? Even though I know what everything means. But Hierophant. The Sun. Okay, yeah. So yeah, 5 of Wands, the Devil. So as I said, if you're prepared that for situations in the future where there may be two truths, where on the one hand it's like you feel like you should give it a go, or you're already involved in it and you're trying to give it a go, and on the other hand it feels just there's conflict, it just feels like there's something restrictive about it, or it's just generally the energy just doesn't feel right. You know that you have the power and the willingness to cut the bullshit out. Basically, it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to say before that this energy, that 5 of Swords, it could be the bullshit, and you kind of, well, I was going to say it's just the bullshit, but to be frank, this could represent you rejecting the bullshit, to be honest, in favor of what fulfills you. As I say, I've got the 6 of Swords there, and that is where you're going for peace, aren't you? You're leaving something behind to go towards peace. So as I say, any situation where it feels like bullshit, you're willing to cut it out and go towards your own happiness. I would say if this is you rejecting the situation, it's like with that Hierophant there. I mean, on the one hand, it could be you because you've learned and you've kind of mastered the art of discernment, possibly, or even if it's just in a specific situation and you see the light. With the Sun there, it's like you see the light and it's like, no, I can smell bullshit and see bullshit from a mile away, so no, I'm not doing it. It could also be the rejection could be like, you know, sometimes when it's like if something reminds you of an experience you've had before with that Hierophant, it reminds you of the old ways, and it's like, no, I'm not doing it the old ways anymore. I've seen the light and I see things very clearly. I know what I want, I know what I don't want, and I'm just cutting it out anyway. It is giving that kind of energy, but as I say, it's just very much about discernment and very much empowered choices. So yeah, I think I know what your title's going to be. I'll get you some final advice, but this is it feels like quite a clear-cut reading of just not settling and being very brazen about what you want. And it doesn't mean like getting up in everybody's face and being excessively extrovert and like, I want this, I want that. It's not that. It's just knowing in your own mind and your own heart what you do and don't want, and not being afraid to say it out loud. And again, it doesn't have to be aggressive. It's just, yeah, telling it straight. Don't have to be an arsehole to tell it straight, but it is telling it straight. So yeah, final bit of advice from the Witch's Kitchen Oracle deck. I can just imagine an image of, say, someone wanting, like applying for a job, and you go to the interview, and then when you get in there, you're like, I don't know about this. And then like halfway through the interview, you sort of stop the interview and say, I'm very sorry, I don't want to waste your time or my time, but I don't think this is going to work out. Thank you very much for the opportunity, shaking their hands and then walking out. So it's all like very respectable and very mature, but it's like, you know that you don't want it. But anyway, let's get you final advice from... Right, you've got bitterness. I'm going to get you one more. I've been doing this quite a bit, actually. I don't think you literally feel bitterness. I think the point of this is, without even reading it yet, so it's this one, it's learning not to be bitter about things. So as I said, did I say somewhere in here, it's like you lost an opportunity. You may have felt bitterness over that, about what you feel is a missed opportunity, but it's learning to let go of that, and to realize that one of the ways of not experiencing bitterness, not that you can never avoid it completely, but outgrowing it, should I say. One of the ways of outgrowing bitterness is to make empowered choices, because if you settle, then there can be bitterness. If you make a choice and you're not empowered about it and it goes to shit, it's going to be like, oh, why the hell did I do that, and I've been treated like shit and blah blah blah. But if you make an empowered choice and it doesn't work out, it's like, oh well, I tried it, didn't work, I have the power to move on from it, you know. So but let me get you one more. You have immortality. I don't know how this is going to fit in, but it'll be interesting to read it. So I'm going to put coriander immortality. I will put that one. Let's put that there and put that like that. So lemon. I absolutely love lemons. I like raw lemons. I'm one of those weirdos, but I love the smell of lemon. So it says, lemon's message says, an acid tongue and sharp defense could leave you feeling sour. Time to suck it up. As emotional hurts or righteous anger start to grow, invite my purifying, keyword purifying yourself, outgrowing any bitterness and learning to make empowered choices. Invite my purifying juice to cleanse away any resentment, or add a few drops to a bath in cleansing ritual. I think I need to start doing that again. I've been doing bath salts and I ran out, so lemons. I think I got some in the fridge. As you heal from the bitterness of late, in magical work I'm aligned with the moon and the element of water, and have been honoured since ancient times for my powerful purifying qualities. But beware, for I am a powerful medium in dark arts and could be used to harm, for I am powerfully effective in activating the charm of a cursing spell. Why would they tell you that? Okay. If you don't want people to use curse spells, why even inform us of it? And I wouldn't do that anyway. Just to point out, as much as I might like the spiritual stuff, I'm not into that level of stuff. Anyway, however, as a formidable protector, I also absorb the lower energies that rancor attracts and can boost power to your spells as you become mindful of your intentions and continue your magical work consciously with harm to none. Yep, I'm one of the harm to none. Don't know why I feel the need to say that, but yeah. Right, so yeah, as I say, I feel this is more about outgrowing bitterness. And it's not to say you'll never feel bitterness ever again and that it's wrong for you to feel bitterness. Obviously, if you're in a situation where you get hurt, you're going to feel it. But it's sort of knowing, again, that thing about empowered choices, knowing that you can make empowered choices to help you sort of move past feelings of bitterness. So coriander. As I say, I don't know how this is going to fit into things, but let's see. Right, coriander immortality. Okay, this is about empowerment, actually. It says, you seem to be indestructible. You have allowed nothing to stand in your way and have laughed in the face of any obstacles and challenges. Good news relates to a project you are working on, as it will have the impact you've been hoping for. In fact, your efforts will be acknowledged for quite some time as you make your mark in the world to achieve everlasting success. Don't give in to your fears of change or endings. Instead, empower choices again. Don't give in to your fears of change or endings. Instead, add me to your diet so that I can enhance your mental alertness and spiritual motivation whilst your body achieves optimum health and longevity. This also relates to affairs of the heart. You can be sure of long-lasting and meaningful relationships when I appear, as you add 19 of my seeds in powder form to red wine and drink of it with your beloved under a new moon. If anybody ever does that ritual, feel free to share that. I'd be interested to hear your experience with it. But yeah, it feels like an energy of being empowered and being resilient as well. Again, those are ways of outgrowing any bitterness, aren't they? So yeah, I'll leave your message there. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to. If you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But thank you very much for watching and take care.